Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Karl F. Rose, recording from Bedford, Pennsylvania. So you can see I got my new YouTube hat on, and um, let's see if I can do this here. I just want to try and get the lighting a little bit better. I rearranged my lighting, so I'm trying to get it where I'm not all washed out anyway. Um, Well, it might help if I have the microphone in front of me, so you probably didn't hear a word I said. um, so let me start over again. I'm going live from the studio beta, and for all of those who any can tell, I have my new YouTube hat on. My YouTube T-shirt that I usually wear, that's in the laundry. Yeah, I don't want to be going around stinking all over the place. Um, anyway, for all those who aren't on Studio Beta yet, I actually like the way the Studio Beta live stream from the webcam is set up. I can use Streamlabs OBS to go live, but uh, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason, but my internet going that way, it's really choppy, and then it's like so it's like forget it. So I do have live chat going. Let me see something. I'm going to try something, make sure my live chat, I'm just going to hit in test here, make sure test, hit enter. um, I'm just going, yeah, okay, good. Okay, my live chat is going. Now I want to get into, I'm going to be doing a bunch of new things here. The reason I'm going over, I hate the glare on my glasses because I look like a damn alien. Um, so that's why my head is going all over the place and I'm looking up and down. See, if I look like that's weird. I don't like it. Anyway, well, um, so I'm just trying to get used to my new setup. And I used to have lights over there above me, and it would come down. But I got a new ceiling fan installed, and with a light, and I really needed this ceiling fan because oh, it was like 82 inside the apartment here. I still have issues with the unit. I'm taking care of that, but uh, if it was 82, I wouldn't be wearing this heavy shirt. So I got all kinds of things going on. Okay, well, I've rambled on about a bunch of stuff that is not related to anything really. Um, um, okay, there we are. I'm just trying to get comfortable here. Okay, there we are. There we are. That's better. Um, it's not really comfortable, but it'll work. Um, anyway. Um, yeah, I'm working on a number of things. I'm going to be doing less of these webcam things. I've got a bit of a gut, as I said in my uh, video that I did earlier this morning from my tablet, and I really love what I can do on my tablet. I discovered some things, and back to the studio beta. I'm all over the place right now today, but you'll just have to bear with me. Um, uh, if you're still using Classic, you really need to start using beta on a regular basis and understand it. I'm not going to say I'm an expert on beta, um, but I have been using it since August, and I am starting to dig deep more into the analytics and just looking at the numbers because my numbers are terrible. With Classic, I can now see where I'm at, where I'm going wrong and stuff. That's what I love about beta. Couldn't really do that too much in Classic, but that's for a completely different video, for one of my YouTube tip videos, and I will do videos on that. Let's get on to the Lions and uh, and my podcast schedule and all that. But before we do, one more thing. If you like these videos, and if you want to see more live streams, please leave in the comments below. Even if you're looking at this after it processes, Um, any suggestions for live streams? Any suggestions that you want me to talk about as far as the where the Lions are at, or YouTube tips, or anything like that? Photo or video editing. Um, I've got in my description here. I have a playlist for everything. Links to all my playlists. So be sure to check those out, as well as my uh, the link to the YouTube tactics course that I have, and yeah, I can't wait till I get my lights. I got everything all set up for that, and I'm going to be doing more kind of like a Brian G. Johnson or Nick Nimmin, um, standing up. I won't have the same kind of background, obviously. I'll have my own background and stuff, but I'll be at my desk. I'll be out of this room, out of my living room. I'll be in a different room, and it's going to be a lot more professional and more looking more like a studio than where I'm at here. So I'm looking forward to that, and I just wanted to get that. Now, my podcast schedule. I will be doing a podcast tomorrow morning. Probably more about the Lions, and but with the and I will be doing, since the Lions game is coming up on Thursday, their first preseason game. I will be doing a podcast Friday morning, a review of that game, what I want to see in that sort of thing, what I expected, the flaws and that sort of thing. Now. Let's get on with that. Okay, so let's get on with my continue with my podcast schedule. Then I'll talk more about the Lions, and then I got to get on my way and end this and get out, because I got a kind of a hectic schedule today. So anyway, so with a podcast schedule, with my podcast channel, the link is in there to my podcast channel too. So. Be sure to click on that. So, in the preseason, I will be doing a follow-up videos from the Lions preseason games, and then the day after so Saturday mornings, I'm going to be doing podcasts during the college season, and I'm going to be doing predictions for both the Michigan Wolverines, as well as I'm going to do my weekly predictions for the NFL for that week, but with my primary focus on being on the Lions, and then I'll briefly say what I think my predictions for the other things. So that's going to be it's going to be a continuous thing. So there's going to be a lot more videos coming in through my podcast channel. So you'll be seeing more, but I will be doing other videos here on my main channel. But just to be prepared for more podcast videos on the Lions and that sort of thing. So what am I looking for? And my question to you is, what are you looking for the Lions in the preseason? For me, what I'm looking for is for the first 3 games as I said in one of my other videos, first 3 games of the preseason is really to see where the backups are, and I just want to say this is for all those who are in Detroit, like Everything King and 313 JMO, there goes Mobby, and Mobby, I got to leave a comment. I have to leave a comment on your recent video. There's something I need to say to you. It's funny, but I'm going to be leaving a comment on your video. And I believe Motor City Sports Talk went, but to all you guys out who have been to the practices, have had a first-hand experience, thank you very much for your input. I watched your videos, and because I wanted to get an idea of where they're at, and you guys have given me a lot of information, and it'd be awesome if I was in the area. I would have went to those too. But again, thanks for going, and thanks for sharing what you saw. But what I want to see is I want to see where Ty Johnson fits in. I believe, and I'm really excited to hear about Agnew. Um, and and the one running back. Oh, darn it. um, anyway, rave reviews from all of you guys. He may not make the team because of all the other running backs, but apparently this guy's pretty good, and I can't think of his name for the life of me now. But um, I'm not talking about C.J. Anderson. I'm talking about this other guy. But it's going to be exciting. It's also exciting to see that it looks like Darrell Bevel's system is coming into place. And what I'm looking for is, let's not be predictable. That was the whole problem with Cooter. Um, you know, I knew what the plan. I mean, I was sitting here watching, and you could see the Lions line up, and you knew what they were going to do. No wonder Matt Stafford is getting beat to death, and no wonder they couldn't get anything. So apparently, from what I gathered from all your other videos, um, is that the Bevel system is looking like it's going to be good, and if their defense holds up, and the biggest thing is no injuries. We cannot have any injuries. I realize injuries happen, but we need to try and stay as healthy as possible. Uh, and that's the main thing. And I am sure that the main guys will not be seeing. They'll see a few plays here and there, but we're going to be seeing more of the backups, and that's critical. And really, now here's the thing that still bugs me. It's like a stick up my butt because it's driving me nuts. Is the backup quarterbacks. And I've been yelling about this. The Lions do not have a contingency plan for if Matt Stafford gets hurt, or what happens if he needs to take some time off because of his wife. What if God forbid she takes a turn for the worse or something like that. From what I gathered from your input from the training camp stuff, that these backups are just awful, and I'm just cringing. The Lions need to pick somebody up, and pick somebody up fast who can come in at a moment's notice and at least keep the team together. I'm going to be doing another video on Matt Stafford and his record, and why his one-loss record and his under 500 against winning teams, why it's not all his fault. For the longest time, I was critical of Matthew Stafford, but understanding, just kind of taking a reevaluation and looking. Matthew Stafford is the man. He's the Lions, and with these teams saying that the Lions are going to be 3-13, that's just garbage, and that's my thought. But if Matt Stafford goes down, Matthew Stafford, he likes to be called Matthew, from what I understand. So if he goes down, you're looking at a 3-13 season. Depending on when or if he goes down, and we can't have that because there's absolutely no backup quarterbacks. But what I want to see is, I want to see the defensive back. I'm just gonna call his, because I can't pronounce his name. I'm just gonna call him Amari or however you pronounce his first name. But I want to see where he fits in. I want to see how Justin Coleman does. And apparently, from what I gathered, is as Jared Davis is really beefed up into a beast, and he's playing off the chart, so that's good to know. Even a few of the other ones that I had a problem with are picking it up. So this is good. Um, uh, what else? It looks like the Lions still have a few holes here and there, but really the glaring thing is, and that I'm going to keep hammering home, is the fact that there's no contingency plan for a backup for Stafford. And I am sure that Quinn and Patricia are really looking at that, because if these backups are as horrible as what everybody's been describing, they've got to do something. They really have to do something, because if they, I mean, apparently one guy just, I don't remember what it was, but I think it was Mobby that was talking about it. And he was laughing. And he said the ball just went, he threw it, and people are going, what? Where did it go? So uh, we don't want another Dan Orlovsky as a backup. And apparently this, whatever his name is, I can't remember his name because he's not very good. If he was good, I'd probably remember his name. But uh, so yeah, that's the main thing. But I wanted to get this out, and I wanted to, because I'm going to be looking at it, and I'm going to be watching all the full amount of the preseason game just to see where these other players are going to be on. Because it's going to be interesting, because from what I can tell is Bob Quinn is really loaded up everything. It looks like the Lions have plenty of depth with the exception of quarterback. So what people get cut. And I want to give a shout out to Theo Riddick. Apparently, he's now on the Denver Broncos. So that's kind of old news. That was a few days ago. I think the Denver Broncos, but he landed a home, so that's good. I knew he was on his way out. I was one of these that was either or with Theo Riddick. I wouldn't have complained if he stayed, but I'm not upset that he's gone. I just wish him the best, and I really hope he does well somewhere. But he really, honestly, he really was. His wheels were going out, and the Lions just have other players that are better. Period. So, yeah, and I don't have any ill wishes for any former Lion players that go to other teams. Not even Ndamukong Suh. I was a big critic of his. Mainly because of his antics, but he seems like he's grown up, and I wish him well too. I believe he's on Tampa now, so I hope he does good there. I just, and that's just the way it is. And I'll end on a kind of a kind of interesting note. If the Lions want to use the rights, for Calvin Johnson stuff and all that, I just wish this conflict between Calvin Johnson and the Lions would go away. But I'm in CJ's corner on this. I mean, the Lions want to use him in that, but yet they don't want to pay him. And hey, they want to use him for this and that, and they don't want to pay him his $1 million back. Give him the $1 million, and just give him his money. If you want to use his stuff, that's part of the problem with the Lions. Hopefully they can nip a lot of these animosities between either former players or current players. Locker room drama is never good for any team in any sport. It never has, and it never will be. And I am hoping that Quinn and Patricia can kind of get this under control. They seem to have done that, now that the Slay and Snacks are back. But if anything starts up. They need to stop it before it, blossoms to the whole team, because locker room stuff is a cancer, and it's detrimental to the whole team. And they really need to focus on winning games, really. And you can't win games when you have players fighting amongst themselves and uh, um, that sort of thing. But anyway, I wanted to just get this live stream out, uh, and look forward to my podcasts, because they're going to be regular. They're going to be coming in bing, 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 bang, boom, because I want to get my updates out as quickly as possible, along with doing my regular standard videos here. So anyway, with that, have a good Sunday. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time with your family and that sort of thing. And I will talk to you next time.